Hello, welcome to the official launch video of Authentically Me UK. My name is Marina and I warmly welcome you to what I hope will be a brand new wellbeing channel community for you and indeed for me. The reasons for doing this, for launching this channel are, well, there are a lot of reasons, but the primary one, I think, the thing that's driving me is fake it till you make it. I've spent my entire life doing that, and to be honest, I'm completely fed up with it. And I think I'm at a point in my life where if I'm faking it till I make it, what I'm really saying is the real authentic me isn't good enough. And to be honest, I'm over that. So that's kind of the drive inside me. So the passion, the dream, the whatever, if you like, is to build a community of like-minded individuals who want to learn and grow, and to discuss. I'd really like to start a conversation with you all wherever you are in the world. You don't always have to agree, and I think that's the beauty. Just cherry pick, take what you like, leave what you don't. It's one size does not fit all when it comes to mental and physical health. So what I'd really like to do is just to create a safe, informative place where we can share our hopes and dreams, we can talk about our worries and our vulnerabilities in a safe way where we feel validated and we can explore, but to feel good enough and to feel validated and to lift one another. That would be the absolute aim. So there is a lot more to come with Authentically Me UK. And again, thank you so much for pushing play. Thank you. So where did it all start? I had a total hip replacement in June 2023. I've always lived with chronic illness. I've got a couple of labels, but notably arthritis, which I feel like I've had for as long as I can remember. I'm also fundamentally really lazy. So in combining that, I decided to begin a video journal to manage my emotions. I've worked in health and social care for over 20 years. I'm a qualified social worker, so I was using my wellbeing toolkit. It's quite extensive, both professional and personally, using my wellbeing toolkit to support me through what was a really big decision for me to open myself up to joint replacement surgery at the age of 48. I have to say, joint replacement, if you're preparing, it's a gift. It's an absolute gift. But I've got a long way to go. And the reality is, the more you use it, the quicker it will wear out. And so the earlier you begin having joint replacement surgery, the more likely that you're going to need it again in your lifetime. So that was an absolute huge consideration for me. So needless to say, it wasn't an easy decision to make. Anyhow, so I kept this vlog throughout this period, and when I look back on it, what I realised is I had a lot of content that is actually quite powerful, and so I shared some with some trusted friends, and they came back and said, there's really something here, and you really ought to do something with it. And so the idea was born. So yeah, here I am, and that's kind of the background behind it. However, along the way, what I was forcibly reminded is that the universe doesn't stop turning because I'm not ready for it. So with all of that going on in my life and a series of life events, some life-changing for both my husband and I, we're at that age where our parents are aging, and we had a very difficult time. So ultimately, what began from 2023 onwards as a lazy girl's approach to journaling ultimately charted possibly a breakdown, certainly one of the most challenging experiences, phases of my life. And so, yeah, and I guess the truth is that I don't have a polished look at me. I was a gym rat, I had a joint replacement, I'm a gym rat again. I haven't achieved that. And so that delayed me from posting this for quite a while. And then I suddenly thought, actually, that's what life is. We're all growing and developing, and it doesn't stop. I'm 50, I'm it's half the way through my life. But you don't stop learning and growing. So it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. I full disclaimer, full transparency, whatever it is, I am as quirky as a quirky thing. I don't do normal. I don't know what it means. I just know I don't want to be it. So if that's you, welcome home. I'm here. Yeah, so it's not all miserable, but what it does point out, and what I think is really, really important, is it does evidence my journey of self-realization that I have spent my entire life trying to feel good enough, trying to achieve this, and in my head this loud negative voice saying no, 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 has always been something that I've worked hard to overcome, and it's always come back and bitten me at times in my life. And so I'm a big YouTube fan. I probably watch way too much, but anyway, we'll leave that alone. Obviously being here is my platform of choice for that reason. I used a lot of resources, so I kind of want to share some of that. And so what you're going to see over the coming months, what I hope to share and build a conversation, I really want it to be inclusive. So comment, subscribe, like, do all the things that people, YouTube creators, ask you to do, please. And let's start talking. We're going to cover mental health. We're going to cover diet and exercise. We're going to cover physical health. We're going to cover menopause. We're going to cover aging. We're going to cover tools and tips and strategies. And sometimes I'm just going to have a whinge, and that's okay too. But I think what the real message is that I'm sending is I'm good enough, and so are you. So let's believe on ourselves a little bit more. Till the next time, take care of you. Lots of love. Bye.